morning. Here are your CMR News headlines for Thursday, December 12th. Shortly before 6 a.m. this morning, the convenience store at the four-way stop in West Bay was robbed. The police arrived on the scene shortly thereafter to discover that the store clerk didn't speak any English and was therefore unable to provide them with a statement. CMR assumes that Spanish officers will now be deployed to the scene.
Breaking news this morning in a case that has haunted the Cayman Islands for nearly 2.5 years. Police have made multiple arrests in connection with the death of 2-year-old Olicity Azalea Powell. 3 suspects are now in custody following a major breakthrough in this heartbreaking investigation. The arrests include 2 women and 1 man, all from the Baden town area. Police have arrested 32-year-old Ivane Watler, 33-year-old Devin Wright, and 26-year-old Chantal McLean. All 3 are currently being held at the detention center as the investigation continues. CMR sources reveal that the arrested trio include the toddler's mother, who ironically was featured last week in another news publication complaining that the police were not communicating with her, and she believed her daughter had been murdered. Ironically, her demands for justice were apparently answered within the week with her arrest. For our viewers who may be remembering this tragic case, young Olicity's body was discovered on July 26, 2022, along the iron shore of Cayman Brac. The toddler had gone missing from her home, with her mother last seeing her during a routine diaper change the night before. The discovery of Olicity's body more than a mile from her home sent shockwaves through our tight-knit community. Since then, there have been continuous calls for justice, and today's arrests mark the first significant breakthrough in this case. The police are hosting a press conference at 8 a.m. to discuss the case in further detail.
In shocking court news, a Caymanian airline pilot appeared in summary court Monday facing bigamy charges. William Gonzalez Bodden, currently employed by U.S.-based Breeze Airways, is accused of maintaining 2 marriages simultaneously. The case came to light when Bodden's Caymanian wife discovered evidence of a second marriage while preparing to join him in the United States. Crown Counsel Kenneth Ferguson reports that Bodden married his first wife in the Cayman Islands in December 2012, with whom he shares a 10-year-old child. According to prosecutors, Bodden's move to Dubai in 2018 to work as a captain for Fly Dubai led to a relationship with another airline employee. When this relationship resulted in pregnancy, Bodden allegedly arranged for his cousin to marry the woman to comply with Dubai's strict laws. Earlier this year, after relocating to St. Cloud, Florida to join Breeze Airways, Bodden allegedly married the woman from Dubai in Deerfield Beach. It was this second marriage that prompted his first wife to alert local authorities, who placed a stop notice in place at the Owen Roberts International Airport. The case continues in summary court, and Bodden is due to appear before the magistrate on January 21, 2025.
Turning now to health news. A concerning new global health study reveals that genital herpes now affects more than 1 in 5 people worldwide between ages 15 and 49. The research, published in Sexually Transmitted Infections Journal, estimates that 846 million people in this age group are currently affected by the condition. Even more troubling is the infection rate. Approximately 42 million new cases are reported each year. To put that in perspective, that's equivalent to 1 new infection every second. While many people with the virus experience minimal or no symptoms, the study found that in 2020, more than 200 million individuals suffered from symptomatic episodes, including painful outbreaks that can recur throughout their lives. These recurring symptoms place a significant burden on healthcare systems worldwide. Researchers conclude that new treatments and vaccines are urgently needed to help control the spread of this virus and reduce its impact on public health.
In political news this morning, the Progressive Party has announced its candidate for the Savannah constituency in next year's general election. 40-year-old businessman Josh Parsons will challenge incumbent Heather Bodden in the April 2025 race. Opposition leader Joey Hugh introduced Parsons during Monday's Link Up podcast, describing him as forward-thinking and deeply connected to the people he serves. Parsons, a father of 5 and lifelong Savannah resident, recently resigned from his position as category manager at Seoul Petroleum. Hugh shared.
We went for lunch, and I sat chatting with him, and I felt like I was speaking to myself back in 2012 when I went to speak to Kurt Tibbetts and Moska Colonel and those about running in the 2013 elections. And I sat across from this young man, and I'm like, holy cow, I literally feel like I'm speaking to myself, 12 years ago. So I'm going to throw him into the deep end here and throw him to the wolves, as they say.
The announcement appears to be part of the Progressives' broader strategy to rebuild following their 2021 electoral defeat. The party did not field a candidate in Savannah during the last election when Bodden won the seat by 135 votes over Malcolm Eden. Parsons, who previously worked for Flow Telecommunications and the DART organization, says he hopes to be a voice for young Caymanians and families. While he acknowledges his lack of campaign experience, he expressed enthusiasm about joining the political process. The Progressive Party is expected to continue announcing candidates in the coming weeks as they prepare for the April 30th general election.
A Bulgarian national has been sentenced to 19 weeks in prison after Customs and Border Control officers discovered sophisticated credit card skimming equipment hidden in his laptop at Owen Roberts International Airport. Dimitrov Hristov was arrested on November 22nd after arriving on a flight from Toronto when an X-ray scan revealed suspicious items concealed in his computer. Upon inspection, officers found professional-grade card skimming devices designed to steal financial data from payment terminals. They also discovered a separate card scanner and 25 blank cards with magnetic strips, indicating a potential credit card cloning operation. Senior Deputy Director of CBC, Kevin Walton, called it a significant seizure, stating that it demonstrates their commitment to border security and sends a strong message to would-be scammers targeting our islands. Officials note this case highlights the success of CBC's enhanced screening procedures, which have resulted in several major seizures this year. The conviction represents ongoing efforts to protect the Cayman Islands from sophisticated financial crimes. Public service pensioners this morning. Premier Juliana O'Connor Connolly has announced that retired government workers will receive a one-time payment of $500 this December, double the amount given last year. The Premier made the announcement yesterday in the House of Parliament, describing it as recognition of retired public servants' contributions to our nation's development. The bonus will benefit approximately 2,500 pensioners across the islands. Notably, the Premier emphasized that this initiative comes at no additional cost to government coffers. The payments will be funded through HR budget savings, achieved through financial management by the Deputy Governor and Chief Officers.
Breaking news from Budapest, where Cayman Island swimmer Jordan Crooks has delivered a spectacular performance at the World Short Course Championships. The 22-year-old star nearly shattered the world record during this morning's preliminary heats in the 100-meter freestyle. Crooks touched the wall in an astonishing 44.95 seconds, coming within just 0.11 of a second of Kyle Chalmers' world record. In the process, he demolished the championship record set just yesterday by Jack Alexey. This extraordinary time places Crooks in rarefied air, tying him for the third fastest performance in history alongside Vlad Morozov. Only Australia's Chalmers and France's Amaury Levo have ever swum faster in this event. The Caymanian dominated the preliminary round, finishing nearly a full second ahead of American Chris Giuliano, with France's Maxime Grousset in third. This marks Crooks' return to short course competition since winning gold in the 50-meter freestyle at the 2022 Melbourne Championships. With semi-finals and finals still to come at these championships, all eyes will be on the pool to see if Crooks can make history by capturing the world record.
Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Roque, the island streaming expert, helping you figure out the world of online streaming, VPNs, and more. Contact us today about our Christmas special. Satellite images show a cold front over the northwestern Caribbean. The associated high pressure behind it will support and an increase in winds and seas from later today. Radar images show few showers, mainly north of the islands, drifting towards the south. Forecast. Today, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers in the morning. Temperatures will rise to the low to mid-80s DGF. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots, becoming 15 to 20 knots by afternoon. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Swells are possible along eastern coasts. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures will fall to the upper 70s DGF. Winds will be northeast at 15 to 20 knots, with higher gusts overnight. Seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Small craft should exercise caution over open water. Tides. Today, high 7:55 a.m., low 2:02 p.m., high 6:57 p.m. Tomorrow, low 1:47 a.m., high 8:41 a.m., low 2:48 p.m., high 7:42 p.m. Sunset 5:48 p.m. Today. Sunrise 6:51 a.m. tomorrow. Outlook is for a continued increase in winds and seas through Friday night as the pressure gradient across the northwest Caribbean strengthens. A small craft warning is expected to be in place from Friday evening. Some swells are likely along western coasts from late Thursday night.
Those are your news headlines for today. Please be reminded that you can read these and other stories on our website and social media channels. Make sure to join the WhatsApp channel for all breaking news alerts.